Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. Man, I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons, and this is 93.7 The Ticket. I always start my show off by showing love to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing. Man, I appreciate all the love and support you guys continue to give me, and I just want to encourage you guys to keep doing big things. Last week I had a show that was basically about recovery. This time of year is usually in the recovery world is usually called relapse season, anywhere from Halloween to Valentine's Day. So I'm going to kind of follow along those lines, but I got a special guest today that, or should I say tonight, that's I'm very proud of, first of all. He's like a little brother to me, and he's got some stuff that I want y'all to hear, but I'm going to let him tell it. This guy here, you might have heard of him. He does a show during the weekdays. He's the black shirt, but I think I'm going to call him Grandpa Black Shirt because he's very proud of that granddaughter of his. So, Terrell Farley, welcome to the show, man.
All right. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you making time for me. Terrell, we go back.
Yeah.
I got to share this with everybody. When I first met Terrell, I was concerned, to say the least. He was not where he needs to be. And Coach Osborne intervened, and we became brothers. And I'm very proud of this man, and I want to share his journey, to this point with you guys because, I know y'all hear him on the air, and I get that, but sometimes there's a story behind the story, and we're going to talk about that tonight. But Terrell, let's start off with where are you from, man?
Born and raised in Columbus, Georgia.
Georgia, Southern boy.
85 miles south of Atlanta.
Okay.
Rural city kind of town.
Okay, gotcha.
8-9 high schools there, probably 250,000 people.
Oh, that's pretty big. That's a nice size city.
Army base, based out of there.
Gotcha.
Good football. Went to Kendrick High there, came out in class of 93.
Okay.
We won state in 91, my junior year.
Now, have you always played defense, or did you play?
No, I actually started off as a quarterback, running back when I was smaller. I was a running back for about 3 years. Then the guy who was our quarterback broke his wrist, and then they made me quarterback, and I never looked back until probably 5 years after that.
Okay.
Went to junior high. I don't know. I could say probably lost my mojo for a couple of years, where everybody was just bigger than me. And I haven't hit my growth spurt yet, but didn't start off good in high school like that. Probably quit the first 2 years I played, just being silly and didn't understand the game of football so good. Started my junior year, I really came back with an impact. Started blocking punts, played a lot on special teams, played a lot on third down. Come to my senior year. Played so good, was able to get a scholarship to Arkansas State University, where I committed to, and was finna sign. I actually did sign a letter of intent to go there for Prop 48, but had some guys from junior college come down and talk me out of it. So I went the junior college route.
Okay, now when you say you went the junior college route, you left, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I just want to make sure I understand this, and I want everybody listening to understand. You went from Georgia to a junior college in Kansas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that happen?
Well, they came to see me, and they sold the school very well. Well, they sold the conference, which was the Jayhawk Conference, which it still is now, and it's probably was one of the most powerful junior colleges conferences back then because they run style, and a lot of schools from the Midwest. So a lot of schools in general just came out and handpicked these guys from Mike Rozier to the guys Leonard Little, who all went to Coffeyville, to Corey Dillon, who played at Garden City way back then.
So now, when you said, because Mike went to Coffeyville, I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, were they in your conference? You said?
Oh, they was 15 miles away.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to go down there to try to take their women, but but they'll try to fight us, so we have to drive back real fast. So, but it was a nice time down there. It was a learning experience.
So you was at that junior college for two
for
years?
2 years, yeah.
Okay, and defense the whole time you was there?
Defense the whole time.
Okay. Now, I know for a fact.
But I did do kickoff returns.
And I was just going to get to that. I was saying, I know for a fact, dude, for a defensive player, you were a lot faster than most defensive players. I mean, when you think of especially like linebackers and defensive ends, they're usually not that fast. I mean, they got decent speed, but you was exceptionally fast for your position. Now, the question I got for you, though, is what made you choose Nebraska?
I played at such a high level in junior college that I wanted to take another level. Okay. I dominated junior college. I'm not gonna lie. Me being a 6'1", 200-pound linebacker, and then Nebraska. Most of the schools they didn't really say linebacker; they just say athlete. Yeah. But when Nebraska came to me, they wanted me to play the weak side linebacker. So, I had my doubts for a minute. Okay. Because I didn't know who the backups was until I looked at it, and then I knew Ed Stewart was leaving, so I wanted to give a shot. I came down here, visited, met with Coach Steele. Turner Gill was my head recruiter. Okay. Coach Osborne called every week, so I gave it a chance.
Well, I'll be real honest with you, and I want everybody to know this. We're going to get into his Nebraska career after this, but I got to make this statement because I was really impressed with one thing in particular about you coming out of a junior college. They have a list here in Nebraska of all the people from junior college, and they rank them, and I think Mike Rozier was number 1. But I looked at number 2 was Terrell Farley. Yeah. I mean, dude, that's quite an honor, man, because, I mean, they've had a lot of junior college players come through here, and to be the second highest rated junior college player to come to Nebraska, I think that's a huge honor, man. Now, when you got to Nebraska, how was it when you first got here? I mean, did you walk in and start, or did?
No, I probably took the longest route of anybody. Really played a lot during the season. I could say scored the first game I played in, scored the third game I played in, got sacks and interceptions the first couple of weeks. I led the team in tackles actually after about the 4th, 5th game of the season, and I wasn't starting yet. Wow. So I didn't get my black shirt to probably the 6th game of the season. That's when I started against Kansas State. Ended up with 10 tackles, 2 sacks.
Well, I know one thing. You was causing problems for a lot of offenses because when I think back on it, it was your speed, I think, that set you apart because those tackles, offensive tackles, they couldn't bag up fast enough because you was getting around that edge, man, and causing problems. I mean, I don't know is that what you did? You just relied on your speed or what did you do?
Well, at first I relied on my speed, but then Coach McBride, he told me, hey, I'm not going to start you until you learn how to really hit and how to get off blocks. So I really just learned a hand technique that, that throws a guy off you. And I learned that if you put your pads on a person a certain type of way, if you get up under their jerseys, it's like blocking them. You can control them like a little child. But, I learned them techniques and I added it into my game and I just mixed and matched it. And like I said, I was like a little ninja out there.
Yeah, you was a problem. Because I watched a lot of film on you, man, and everywhere you go, you was creating havoc. And you had some but you know what? I will say this. You guys had a nice squad, though. Yeah. You played tell us some of the guys that played with you on that starting defense.
Well, I always give my guys props because they're some of the 10 best players I ever played with in my life. So that goes from Grant Wistrom to the Peter brothers, Jay Foreman, Phil Ellis, Doug Coleman. At the back, we had Tony Veland, Tyrone Williams, Mike Minner, Mike Booker, Octavius. It's more than 11, Yeah, yeah. And people got to understand when you talk about black shirts, it's a group from 14 to 15 guys that really mesh together, really play well together, and really understand what it takes to be a black shirt. And that's one thing we knew about our squad, that we played with passion and we played for each other.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely won a bunch of games, and
Yeah.
actually, I think your first season you guys won national championship.
Yeah, we won it my first year. I ended up leading the team in tackles with 62 tackles. Ended up making second team All-American. We played some tough teams, but we had also a great nucleus of weapons on that team.
Well, I got to ask this question. It's a little off base, but I got to ask this. Man, I saw a video of you in a hotel room with Tommy Frazier.
Rapping with a hot sauce bottle.
I said to myself, wait a minute, let me check this out. Now, how did that come about, man? Y'all were just killing time or what?
Well, we had this conjoining rooms that we never closed the door.
Okay.
So, it's bowl game and we all having fun and one night we was just having some fun and we put an instrumental in and we went crazy. Didn't know it was really film, and I don't know who get paid for it, but it's to this day. But I know I did it for free. So, and it was something, it was fun though.
Yeah, well, you guys, you made me laugh, and I'm always looking for something to laugh about. And when Tommy came out of the other room with a hot sauce bottle for a microphone, dude, you guys need to Google that, man. That's a good video, and it's funny. But you know what? That's a big part of you guys having success too, because you guys were winning and you were having fun. A lot of times they go hand in hand. And, I think that's the one thing that I remember about playing for Nebraska. When you're winning, things are fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's the other part that we didn't like, like us. We only lost like one game a year, but that one game was it left a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, when you win in Nebraska and walk around campus with your football, your football sweats on, everybody, you get that big bad walk because you're undefeated. Now, the year 2 didn't go that well, but it still was a great year.
Yeah, right.
So,
right. But you know what? You guys had success, and if I remember correctly, you guys were a lot like us in the sense that y'all always in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stayed in the top 10 every year, and you was competing. Now, Terrell, after your football career in Nebraska ended, what was next for Terrell Farley?
It was Canada. Well, actually, it was Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Signed with Green Bay in December, went up there January, stayed for about 8 months. Played corner, which was different for me.
Yeah, that's real different from linebacker.
I think, I look back at it towards this day and ask why I didn't go to safety, but, questions you can't ask. You just
right.
Go out there and do it or get cut.
Right.
So I tried to learn corner position, which I really couldn't. So I was still on a lot of special teams, probably thought I could make it there, and got cut, got called back, got cut again. So I just decided to go to Canada because I needed to make some money, and that's was, sitting out a year with the problems I had from college.
Okay, gotcha. Now, when you got to Canada, man, what was that like?
It was different. It was colder than Nebraska. Different from being 1 yard off the ball and having 12 men on the field.
Yeah, because they can move around and stuff too.
Then having men start way back 15 yards in motion, running full speed. So it was like, I don't know, it was like playing Crash Bandicoot football style. So, it was different.
Well, okay, now what team were you with in Canada?
Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
Okay. So you didn't really like Canadian ball that much?
I like Canadian ball. It was just different. You got to understand it. You got to you can really make good money up there if you invest yourself into their football ways.
Right.
But, like I said, I had some great teammates up there. Did play with the University of Texas head coach, Steve Sarkisian, man, played together for 3-4 years. So, I met some guys that I played with against in college. We was good friends, and met some guys that you always keep in contact with.
Yeah, well, and that is something that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
When you play sports, man, and I can say this about myself, a lot of my closest friends are Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Marcus Dupree, Billy Sims, Oklahoma State Cowboys, Mel Gillum, man, I can go on and on. Mark Moore.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these guys, we play golf together. Now, keep in mind, ain't none of us going to get invited to play in the Masters, but but we enjoyed playing the game, and we became good friends, and just sharing stories.
Yeah,
of college days, man, and anytime you can have Mike Rozier in the group, you know yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Mike is very entertaining.
Life of the party.
Yeah, he is. that guy is. I have a saying for Mike. He's busier than a one-legged man in a kick fight. he's always keeping something going. Well, Terrell, now after ball was over, man, what was life like for Terrell?
Oh man, it got different.
Got different.
I really went back to my roots of life. Like where I grew up at. You have to learn that you don't play football no more, and you really can't use that as a crutch.
Right.
You're back at home with normal people. I moved to Atlanta, did things a lot different with a different crowd of people who was living a different lifestyle.
Got it.
Just messing with the wrong people and the wrong crowd. But at that time, you couldn't tell me nothing because they was the only people I had.
Right.
So, they was like my crutch of life.
Okay. Well, look, we're going to take a quick break. And when we're going to come back and we're going to get more into that. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7 The Tickets to get you happy on hour. We can start right back.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker
Nebraska football games and follow your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we're back. You know, before the break, we was talking a little bit about after football ended, you went back, you moved to Atlanta, and you know, you just was pretty much doing you with people that you knew. Can you share some of that with us? What that was like for you?
Yeah, I could share a lot. It was just like partying a lot, drinking, drugs, women, everyday lifestyle, you know, being with people who sold drugs and then try to, you know, get in with them. And it was a lot of things because Atlanta's a fast city. So you want to make money and you want to be with the right people. So that's what I thought at the time was the best thing to do.
Okay. Well, you know, I have to admit, I've had my struggles with that lifestyle too. So I can definitely relate. You know, I think the one thing about this, you know, that part of life for you more so than me is, you know, we both had that one thing in common. I think that's kind of why we have such a close bond today, because we done seen kind of both sides of this deal.
Yeah.
And when you go through that phase of life is what I'm on.
Can't nobody tell you nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, and I'm pretty sure that you had somebody saying, "Hey,"
but you didn't care at that time,
right?
Really, it was. You know, that was the last thing you wanted to hear.
Yeah, Matter of fact, they was holding up progress.
Yeah, they was preaching to a choir with some headphones. Yeah, I mean, it continued for 20 years, man, till I was at least 40.
Wow.
Then, like I said, I drank for probably 20 years, went to jail for 10, 15 times. Not real jail, but just county.
Yeah, well,
county. The most I probably spent in jail was probably 6 months.
Yeah. But still, man, locked up is locked up.
Yeah. As long as you got some people say as long as you got your noodles and oodles, you good. But,
yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something, though, about that incarceration thing. I had the privilege of going not only to every county jail I can think of, but I also went to like 4 different prison systems. And I'm going to tell you something about county is actually harder than prison. And a lot of people don't really believe that because the movies show you prison.
Yeah.
They don't show you county jail. Well, prison, at least you get to move around a little bit.
Yeah.
You get to go out and
county, you be locked down for probably 17 hours a day.
Correct. And
16 hours.
And that county, man, I mean, it's all concrete.
Yeah.
In prison, you get to walk and maybe go see a little grass or something. And I'm saying this because these are some of the things that people take for granted.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people walk around complaining about their life, but if they really take a minute and appreciate the blessings that they take for granted, I think their life would be a little bit simpler. I'm not going to say it'd be totally, better, but it'll be better than complaining because complaining doesn't do any good. But now when you say 20 years of running in and out of jails or whatever and drinking and doing that life, what was kind of like the final thing for you, man, to say, you know what, man, this ain't working?
Well, probably I moved to Nebraska in probably 2015, end of 14, and I went to a tailgate. I went to a spring game the year before that, got blasted.
Yeah.
Went to a spring game again, got blasted. So I woke up that time and I just, it's like a light clicked on.
Mm-hmm.
And when people look at you the next day after you don't know you did something wrong, you don't like that look.
Right.
So, and I knew it was time for me to change. I knew everything was catching up with me and I couldn't live this lifestyle anymore because, I was not only putting myself in danger, but putting other people in danger.
Right.
So.
Well, I think that's about the time when you and I kind of connected.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing how that came about?
Oh yeah. Met Ricky about 9.5. I met him 10 years ago. Went to see him with a guy named Randy Myers. We met over off 84th at Ricky's office. He just gave me that look. He just looked at me for a minute. He didn't really say anything. He just looked and he asked me, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest to you. I don't think you're ready." So, I didn't know at the time that I was going to be ready. So I went with it though. I was say I got to at least try.
Right.
So, and it started off great. I would say it started off great, but for people who don't know Ricky, they wouldn't survive because Ricky's not your average. He's not your average counselor or your average sponsor or mentor that you want because his comes with a mouthpiece that people really need, but they don't recommend it for people who's in treatment.
Right.
Or rather the doctors.
Yeah. And the funniest part about that too, Terrell, I'm going to piggyback that a little bit. I do mentor about 15 people, but I will not sponsor anyone.
Yeah.
Because as a sponsor, you have to say stuff, you have to go along with stuff that I'm not cool with.
Yeah.
So I chose the mentor route. And I'm glad you brought that up because I want you to say, you can put me on blast. I'm cool with that, but I want you to let people know because a lot of people will call me and say, "Hey, man, I heard you mentor people. I'd like to get some help from you." I would like for you to explain to them because it may come across better coming from you than from me. I will admit I'm not the easiest person to deal with.
Oh no, Ricky got rules just like a teacher got rules. Call in, check in every day. That's the accountability.
Yeah,
that's one thing he wanted to make sure that we got first past that stage of accountability, calling in every day, checking in just for like 30 seconds. You do that. And, shoot, we did it for a long time. We still do it, but it slowed down a little bit because of the work we're both doing and what time it is. But you know, he plays the bad cop role pretty good. You know, he don't give you any slack. I mean, I think that's one thing that separates Ricky from the rest, and it probably makes him the best because he has no filter when it comes to, you know, talking to you, and I think that's what some people need. They don't need to be babied about this situation because this is not a situation for a child.
Well, you know, see, the thing is, man, and it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll say it like this: the laughing and jovial part of me is real.
Yeah,
that's not an act. I love to be happy, but I'm not playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you reach out to me and ask for help on getting in recovery. I'm really serious about recovery. I ain't trying to tell you how to live. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. But what I'm telling you is if you ask me for help, it's going to kind of almost be unfair. It's going to be my way or the highway until you can get on your feet. And then once you get on your feet and you start showing that you can be responsible, I'll back off.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll just be available when you need me.
Yeah.
But man, don't come to me with, you know, struggling and then after 30 days, now all of a sudden you want to tell me how to do this.
Yeah.
No, they don't work like that.
I think some people, you know, they have it misconstrued about how this thing goes. And you know, with me going, I'm 9.5 years clean right now.
Congratulations on that too, because I watched all 9.5 years of that. So
and it's going on my 10th year in like June. So, you know, when you first start stuff, you know, you try to patch it up like a bike patch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, I'm gonna patch it up and I'll deal with it later. No, the mindset you gotta have, you gotta change the whole tire out.
Right.
You gotta change your whole life.
Yep.
And people don't understand that you have to. And you said things are going on along the way. You're gonna meet some, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna gain some, and that's friends. So because everybody don't want to see you win,
right?
And that's the most thing. First for all, you need to know.
Well, nobody believes in you. You know, a lot of times everybody's waiting on the other.
Nobody believes in an alcoholic.
Yeah, well, they're gonna
a drug addict because you have to show
any day now he'll go back to what he used to do.
So I like that in turn because you know you wait 9.5 for me and you're gonna keep waiting.
Right.
So, but you know, and just going through this stuff, man, it was hard. It was hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's you know, at certain times I had to just go get some NA beer just to have a taste, and that was it. And so, but as the years go by, you put yourself in a better position and you put yourself around better people. And then you got to know your limit to be around people. Right. And you got to know your limit, what places to be in after so many times. And like you say, this season right here is
relapse season.
Relapse season.
Yeah.
And you say go all the way to Valentine's, but you know, I don't mess around with alcohol anymore, and I don't put myself in a situation to be caught up in those intangibles that make you relapse. So I stay clear of places I shouldn't go.
Right.
I stay away from, you know, I know people who I shouldn't be around, and I know situations I shouldn't put myself in.
Right.
So, you know, it's all about, you know, once you haven't did it in so long, it's a mindset thing. Like, hey, your mind thinking for you because they don't even think about alcohol anymore.
Right. And see, here's the thing too, Terrell. I'm so thankful, first of all, for you sharing that part, especially when it comes to me, because, you know, I think a lot of times people mistake my mentorship as a friendship.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not really trying to be your friend, because if I'm trying to be your friend, then I can't say what I need to say.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But if I'm a mentor, I'll say what I got to say.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, whether you accept it or not, that's on you. But it came from a place of trying to help.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, I'm going to say, I'm thankful that you're on the show tonight, because I want you to do just what you've done. I want you to tell people, man, you know, yes, I love to laugh and joke, but I'm not that nice. I'm really not, you know, and it's not like I'm trying to be a tough guy, but this recovery thing is so serious with me because the consequences are so serious.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, dude, if you continue going down that path of using and drinking or whatever your drug of choice or whatever you do, I mean, those consequences are great, man. And then if you're lucky, I mean, a best case scenario is treatment or prison.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario. So I can't afford to joke with people.
Yeah, and that's one thing I tell people. I don't deal with Ricky the football player. I deal with Ricky the mentor. I talk to a guy that helping me overcome a problem that I have and trying to master that problem. So, and I also learned a lot about, I learned a lot about Ricky by just listening to him and people telling me the stories, and the story he tells so well that got his life straight. And the person that helped him was also the person that helped me.
Correct.
And it all starts with Coach Osborne.
Yes,
It's
sir.
always with somebody giving somebody another chance.
Right.
And once you give a person another chance, they have to prove that.
Yeah, you have to earn it.
And at first, you're always going to be on the losing side. But once you keep going and going and going and going, you're winning. Your odds of winning gets better and better and better each day.
Absolutely. And to piggyback that, Coach Osborne basically introduced us, and he reached out to me when I was at my lowest. And 15 years in counting, I'm still accountable to him.
Yeah.
Calling him once a week or going to see him once a week for the last 15 years, that's called accountability.
Yeah.
And, Coach Osborne is he's a nice guy on the cool because he put up with stuff that I wouldn't even put up with.
Oh, yeah.
He's
the type of guy that, people don't know that, this go way beyond football for him.
Mm-hmm.
Every player can tell you every different story about Coach Osborne. It ought to be the same. He's a great man.
Right.
He's even greater when he's having a chance to help you.
Yes.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Coach Osborne would visit you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
He would visit you, call you. And now that he knows that I got my help and I see him around Lincoln, it puts that spark in his eye.
Right.
That he's happy. He's really satisfied with me now. Now he can move on to the next person.
Right.
Because he helped me. And I'm always willing to help people myself, though. It's some people that I have tried to, I say, hey, look, sometimes you asking for it, but and truly, do you want it? Because if I give you Ricky, you're going to get a side of Ricky that you're not used to or that you can't handle. And then when it comes to that point, you probably need to go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? I don't claim to have all the answers. I just happen to have a system that I know works.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to debate on it. I'm not willing to, to go. I don't want to adjust it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like that old theory with me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know this way that I do things is totally different from probably anything anybody else does. But for me, I've got 15 years, and that doesn't mean I'm cured. I'm still working on Ricky every single day. See, and I think that's the difference. A lot of times people think, well, you got 15 years, man. You can have a beer. You can, you can do this and smoke a joint, or you can, take a bump. It won't hurt. No.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, that happens at bars all the time. People want, I told you, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I mean, I'm content enough in my life where I could be around it and it doesn't even bother me anymore.
Yeah, well, I told somebody I was with Mike. I was with Rozier at the Embassy Suites one night, and they was having a few cocktails, and I ordered. Mike actually ordered it for me. He said, "Man, bring Ricky a Sprite."
Yeah.
And I kept, and I made fun of him. I said, "Hey, you bring me 2 more of these Sprites, I might have to call Uber." In other words, I'm not offended that I can't do what everybody else do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do. And that's what I appreciate about you. You live your life the way you want to live your life, but you have figured out in these 9.5 years in county that you know what you can't do.
Yeah.
And that, see, to me, mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah.
And if you notice, I don't bother you much.
Yeah, it's like a warning. And, it's always going to be a warning sign when it comes to alcohol, because you don't want to go back to that same person. And it's good for me because now I have a grandchild that I can focus better on. I got my kids I can focus better on. And one person I did it for was for my kids, because I didn't want them to see me being a drunk my whole life, being that dad who yells at them. And I still yell at them now because they want money all the time. But, they see the difference in me. My parents see the difference in me. My friends see the difference in me. Everybody sees the difference in me. And it's one thing I'm not afraid to speak out against it, because that's one thing I learned to be an advocate for, stop using alcohol, because people don't know the danger it does to you, your family, the impact in the community, the impact on people's lives that you have. It's a lot that goes with this responsibility.
And see, that right there alone is enough reason for me to continue, especially when I hear stories from yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I know the journey because I've walked it with you. So to hear you speaking like this, you know, it kind of makes me like a proud big brother. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't the Terrell that I met.
I was going to say you would be a proud dad. I need some of that child support money. But yeah.
Hey, we're going to take another break and we're going to come back and wrap this show up. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7. The ticket is to get you happy on out.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Well, we shared quite a bit of stuff with you guys, and we did that because of this time of year. We know it's a festive time of year. I mean, all the way, like I say, from Halloween to Valentine's Day is on in the recovery world. I mean, that's statistics prove that that's when most of the relapse happen. They can happen anytime, don't misunderstand me, but especially more so during those holiday seasons because of everybody's getting together and having a good time. We're not against you guys having a good time. We're not telling you not to do so. We're just telling you what we can and can't do. So I just want to get back on this part, though. You know, Terrell, 9.5 years, man, that you've turned it around. You know, that, man, unfortunately, we live in such a takedown society. A lot of people won't even acknowledge that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm proud, man. And I just want you to know that I'm proud of you because it's not easy, you know. And I can now put you in the same category as I'm in. We get accused of making it look easy, but it's not easy because even when you stop the using or the drinking or whatever your deal is, life's still going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Life's still going on.
Yeah, I mean, anything can make you relapse.
Absolutely.
Besides this, football, life, losing a job, losing a loved one. So you have to sit there and think. And I think the things that I do is I make a promise to myself that, I would never go back that way. Mm-hmm. And it's a mindset thing. It truly is. I think the more you stay off stuff and you keep your treatment going, the more stronger your brain gets.
Right. And
people don't understand that brain power is more than anything when it comes to
absolutely
to addiction, because something inside your head tell you to do it.
Right.
Nobody's on the outside tell you to do it.
Right.
It's always when you by yourself.
Correct.
Something says, like, man, just go get a drink. They won't. Nobody will know. Nobody, but you would know.
Right.
So, and that's one thing you can't do to yourself. You can't lie to yourself.
Right.
You got to be honest, and you got to be honest to the person you're working with. You got to be honest to the people you're around. You got to be honest about everything in this situation, because one setback can trigger this thing again. And that's one thing you don't want to, and that's one thing I'm not going to do. I don't want to waste 9.5 years by saying I want to enjoy myself for 5 minutes.
Correct. And the funniest thing about that is, and I said this last week too, was relapse actually starts way before you actually pick up that drink.
Yeah, when it starts thinking in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, between the ears, man, that's where the relapse really happens.
Yeah.
The using and the drinking, that's just the final part of it.
Well, it's like that little devil that's sitting on the side of your shoulder. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like when they both, you have the good guy and the bad guy
right
on your shoulder. But the bad guy is out talking the good guy.
Correct.
And the good guy won't say anything because he's scared of the bad guy. But once you build yourself up, that good guy can beat that bad guy anytime.
Every day of the week.
And so that's how big this guy is on my shoulder. He's taller than my head. And the little guy is just
he's just
like a crumb on my shoulder.
He's like a little gnat. He's just over there being
like a fly, he just try to nip at you every time.
I tell people all the time, I say, man, addiction, because they ask me, man, you ever think about using? I'm like, dude, addiction is outside right now, beside my car doing push-ups.
Oh, yeah. It's like the devil.
Yeah, he just waiting on the opportunity.
Waiting on the opportunity.
Yeah, waiting on the
Catch you
opportunity.
slipping.
And once he catches you slipping, he got you.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I always try to make people be aware of. That's why I'm so focused. That's why I'm so serious. That's why I'm so private. Because you can't please everybody when you're trying to do the recovery thing. Because,
sometimes you got to isolate yourself.
Correct.
And people don't understand that. Like you got to, what really helped me is weird. And I tell people this all the time. They say, well, how did you stop? What was your hobby? I said, I went back to video games.
Right.
I went back to video games and staying in the house, and I'm addicted to video games now. I must say it, but I rather sit at home and play a video game 3-4 hours than be in a bar 3 or 4 hours with the devil over there talking to me.
Right. And when you're in that bar, the catch is, I'm going to show you, this is one of the traps about bars to me.
Yeah.
It's legal for you to sit there for 3 hours and get drunk as you can get. But the minute you step 1 foot out that bar, you are now illegal. They don't have beds there. You got to go home. So when you walk out, now you're a public intoxication or DUI.
Yeah, and it's things people don't know about. Trying to see if you can hang in a bar, and sometimes it's not the bar fault. Sometimes it's your fault because you can lay your drink down and you can pick up the wrong drink and bam, there you go. And now you put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't have been there
in the first place.
Right. And now who you going to blame grabbing that drink on? You can't blame anybody because you put yourself in that predicament. So that's why I try to, if I do, I go around and sit by myself and I always drink out of plastic cup because they give you plastic cups to drink water and soda out of. And that's how, you got to put yourself in that position.
Well, I tell you, I just want you to know, man, before I run out of time, I do want to tell you this, man. I'm proud of you. And I'm not proud of you just because you're sober. I'm proud of the person that you have become, because the person I met and the person that I now know, they're totally two different people, and then when you throw in the granddaughter, I see the difference that it makes. I understand the importance that you have for that little child. I think, to me, if you hadn't have made these changes and that granddaughter came along, you wouldn't have been there for her.
Yeah. I could have still been sitting in jail somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. See, but now you're able to be available.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the time with my brand new granddaughter. Would like to go see her more, so that's something I have to work on in the future. But I did go see her. It changes my whole perspective of life, because now you don't just live for the kids, you live for the grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to see them do good, but at the same time, you got to do good for them to be good.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you another little secret. She's gonna figure out that mouth can do more than just eat.
Yeah.
When she start talking.
Oh yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a savings account up for her, but I have to dip into it myself.
Well, that's all right, but that's okay. The fact that you're even able to think about that.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when that wasn't even an option.
Oh yeah. Wasn't even thinking about grandchild. I was 60, 70 years old.
That's what I'm saying. See,
now I'm 49 and I'm really thinking about it. Got it on my mind.
I just want you to know, man, that means a lot that you understand that. Just before I forget, you got any shout outs, man, you want to give to anybody?
Oh man, just Nebraska football team, keep your head up. People of Nebraska, thanks for allowing me to come back and be me and really show you the different side of a person who wants to win in life. To the radio station, our boy Bach, it's a lot of people I can think with a short time limit.
Well, I want to give you this prop too. Congratulations on becoming a Hall of Famer for Nebraska. You came from a junior college and dude, you're in the Hall of Fame now. That's forever. Your kids and your grandkids will be able to come and look at that long after you gone.
Oh yeah, it ain't hit me. Sometimes I'm happy, but in realization, I don't think about it. Sometimes I just forget about it on the Hall of Fame until the radio comes on and it tells me in my ear, or I walk by the plaque in the house. But it's something that I wanted for a long time, and I think I worked myself back in graces to get it. But at the same time, I'm happy for the moment that I did get for this, and I got something somebody can't take away from me.
Well, another thing too, Terrell. Yes, you did what you needed to do on the field to be a Hall of Famer, but it was you putting your life back together, which made you eligible to become a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I really believe that if you'd have stayed on that other path, you probably wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, probably not till I'm dead. So,
well, hey, I got one last question before I let you go. With all the stuff you done shared with me, man, now when you do get a little time, how does Terrell Farley, the Hall of Famer, get his happy on?
Oh man, I get my happy on playing some Call of Duty.
It's a Call of Duty.
Yeah, I get my happy on every day with that.
Well, that's good enough. I want everybody to know, man, that I'm very honored that Terrell was able to come and be on the show. But I wrap my show up the same way every week, and I want to do it the way I always do it. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Down! I'll see y'all next Sunday.
And that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the